Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Create with Tina. If you've ever wondered what a Stampin' Up! Card kit looks like from start to finish, this video is for you. Today I'm opening up the Watercolor in Bloom kit and I am going to design one of each of the three different designs. So here I wanted to give you guys a quick overview of what comes in these kits because they are all inclusive. You literally don't need anything. Everything is in the box. So what we're looking at here is they do give us dimensionals, they give embellishments, and they give a tear and tape. So if you didn't have adhesive, you could just use the tear and tape. They also give you a ink pad, one of the little stamp spots. But because I have that same color in a larger pad, I'm going to go ahead and use mine since I'm at home in my craft room. And then they also give you a stamp set. And what I'm showing you here are the little envelopes that I use to store these mini stamps. They're from Hero Arts, and these cute little envelopes are perfect for all of the stamps that come in these kits. And they also fit the dies that you can get as add-on kits. And one thing that I especially like is that Stampin' Up! Also includes a picture of what the stamped images look like. And so let me show you what that is. I couldn't find it, but I forgot it was behind the instructions. So there you go. That is the image of what all of the stamps are on it that come in the set. And what I'm going to do is trim mine down to 4 inches wide. You can also just fold it in half and stick it in the envelope, but I like to see the stamps on one side and then the stamp image on the other. So I'm just trimming it down to 4 inches wide because that's how big these envelopes are, and then you can just slide it in. Now I stopped and I checked to make sure that I had the name of the stamp set at the top because that is another great feature Stampin' Up! Does. They include the name of the kit that this set actually came from. And then this little storage box, this is how I store them all. So you can see they all fit in here perfectly. There are 4 compartments, and each compartment holds 14 of these little envelopes quite easily without much squeezing them together. You could get 15 in as well if you wanted, which would hold 60 of these mini sets. And I will link to both the envelope that I use and the storage, the little storage box that I store them in, and it slides right on my shelf. So now what I'm showing you are the instructions. So I said these kits come with everything, and they do, including the instruction sheets and all of the parts in the box for all 9 cards, including the envelopes. So like I said, this kit makes 3 designs and 3 of each of those designs for a total of 9 cards. So you have the card bases, the envelopes, you have all of the punch out pieces that you need for all of the cards, and you're ready to get going. What I'm doing here is just pulling out all the pieces. Look at these beautiful card bases. I love that Stampin' Up! Often decorates both the front and the back side of the card because it means you can stretch this kit into more and more projects, which is why I've started this brand new series called One Kit, So Many Ways. So the other thing I wanted to point out is they always give you die cuts that you stamp on, and even though you only make 3 of each card, they give you 4 in case you make a mistake. And then another thing I want you to see right here is that as I punch out the pieces, I hold my finger on the punch out piece down. I hold it down on the table and then I pull up the backing. So that's how I punch mine out without kind of bending or curling them. I'm actually pulling up the part that's going to be tossed. So it keeps all of my die cuts nice and flat. And there you go. That is everything that was in the box. I have taken everything out. And now what we're going to do is just assemble one of each of the 3 cards. So I have all of the pieces out now, and I'm going to go ahead and sort them all to what goes with each card. And just following the instructions makes it easy because they give you actual pictures, not just written instructions. And I'm just grabbing the pieces according to the picture. So This is video 1 in this brand new series I'm going to be doing for Stampin' Up! Kits, and it's going to be called One Kit So Many Ways. And in video 1, this is going to be assembled as is. So that's what we're doing here. We are going to put these cards together exactly the way Stampin' Up! Designed them, which is beautiful. And it's easy, and I love it because I do not have to put any extra effort in if I don't want to. If I just want to sit down and create, then I totally can. And that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to follow the instructions and put the cards together. So now I have all of the pieces divided out, and I think so. Yep. And we are going to start with card number 1. So let me fold the instructions back so that all we are looking at is card number 1. A little easier to see. And I've decided that instead of folding that card base in half, I'm going to cut it in half and save 1/2 of that for another project. And I am going to simply grab some white cardstock from my craft room or from my craft storage and make my own white card base, and I'm going to add this card front right to it. That way I am going to get even more from this card kit than just the 9 cards. So now we're getting ready to stamp, and like I said, I'm not going to use the mini stamp block that comes with it because I happen to have the large size, which is the Night of Navy. And I'm going to take off my photopolymer stamps and put them on the block. But when they are sentiment stamps that I'm trying to line up multiple stamps, I like to put the sentiment stamp on the table and pick them up with the block. And then what you saw me do was season the stamp by rubbing it across my arm. And after I did that, then I stamped it once onto a piece of scratch paper to make sure it looked good. The reason for doing this is because when you vulcanize or melt the acrylic into the shape of the stamp, it sometimes gets a film on it, which then can make the first image not stamp very clearly, maybe look a little bubbly. So by rubbing it on your arm like you see me doing, you are seasoning it and taking off that film. And you only have to do it the very first time you use a stamp. And so this, I just opened this set and it's the first time I've used it, so you're going to see me doing it multiple times as I make these cards. But by doing that, you're going to get a really nice, crisp, clean, solid, not splotchy stamped image like you're used to seeing with red rubber. And I am 100% sold on photopolymer. I quit using red rubber years ago. You guys know I came over to Stampin' Up! When Close to My Heart closed. And we had gone to acrylic stamps so long ago, and I have fallen in love with them. And so that's just a tip to help you if you have still been using red rubber stamps. So now I am just layering all the pieces together the way it shows me on the diagram. And I love their instructions because if you need to use tape, it shows a line on the back of the images. And if they want you to pop it up for dimension, then it shows the shape of a dimensional. So it's really, really, really easy to work with. And it's truly fun for grab and go. You guys have seen me, well, some of you have probably seen me work on these in cars waiting for football games to start. That's how fun these kits are. And I will link to that video where I actually put a Christmas kit together in my car, just to show you how versatile they are. But again, here we are. We're ready for card number 2, and I did the same thing. I wanted to preserve half of that card base because who knows what I'm going to do in video 2 and video 3 of this new series. This is just, like I said, assembling the cards as is. And then video 2, I'm going to show you some stepped up cards. And then in video 3 of this series, who knows what I'm going to do. I'm not sure what the project will turn out to be. A lot of times it ends up being a scrapbook layout because I teach a lot of scrapbooking. I create a lot of kits. I design a lot of kits for all of my followers and my customers that do my classes. And so scrapbooking is a major love of mine. So I cut that card base in half. And now I am going to assemble it exactly like the instructions say. I'm just doing it on a card front, and then I will add the entire thing to a white card base. So here we are adding the dimensionals. I love the layer of vellum that we put behind that die cut that has that bronze foil in it. So, so, so pretty. And look at that. The card comes together so quick and easy. Last little piece. Now, one thing you'll notice with this kit is they have given us the die cut with the gold foiling, but then they also give us a white die cut that you actually stamp on and then you attach right over the bronze foiled piece. And I'm thinking that in the next kits, the next projects, I might not do that double layer there. And then I realized, oh, I forgot to put the flower on the very first card we did. So I just grabbed that little loose die cut that was on my desk and added it to it. So here we are. We're ready to get started on card number 3. Cut the card base in half. I'm going to save that half. It's so pretty. Great for masculine cards too, or anything that you want a more masculine vibe. I know in my scrapbooking, my boys end up on flowered pages a lot. I have 4 boys, and I'm a girl and I like flowers, so they're going to end up on those flowered layouts. And so, but this, when you have blue in there, it works out really well. Now, this is my favorite card because it has multiple layers that are actually popped up. I love the dimension you get by popping up all the different layers. So what I'm doing here is stamping the 2 long sentiments, and they're both kind of long. So I'm adding the pieces, the acrylic, to my desk, and I'm picking them up with the block because I tend to get them straighter if I pick them up rather than if I try to lay them on the block. But you never really know. So I like to always stamp it on a piece of scratch paper, and it might not show up in the video, but I think that they're not quite straight. So I cleaned it off and I'm going to line it up again, and then I'm going to stamp it a second time to make sure I have it lined up straight. And I liked it. So this is the white die cut piece that I was talking about that they gave us that ends up being a double layer. So I'm stamping directly on it, and then it is just a smidge smaller than the die cut with the bronze foiling on it, and you add it directly to it. So I might not do that on the next video because then I get 2 pieces instead of 1. And then I layered it to the vellum, and then this is the first popped up piece. Look at that. We're popping up a piece and the vellum is actually popped up, which isn't something you do a lot because you can see adhesive behind vellum in general. But because this is layered on, we're able to hide it. Now I am popping up the main focal point of the card, which happened to be like a die cut piece in the set, but they did have a stamp on it, so that was fun. So I'm adding that directly to the card, popped up. Now I'm popping up that sentiment piece, which is beautiful because you've got the soft vellum and the bronze foiling sticking out. And then I am adding that die cut piece right behind, and it's so pretty. Now the embellishments they give us with the kit are bronze sequins, and I'm just popping them on the card exactly where they show us. So here are the 3 cards designed and assembled exactly as they come in the kit. So it gives you a good feeling for what it looks like before any changes. But in the next video, I'll be using the same card designs but adding my own twist with extra layers and changes. So thanks for crafting with me, and I'll see you in the next episode of One Kit, So Many Ways. And it will be the same cards but done up differently with my twists. So see you guys then. Bye-bye.